Hello. Welcome to Friday Flow. Hopefully you can hear me okay. We'll go ahead and get started. My name is Tina, and today we're going to practice a yoga flow just to get us ready for our weekend. And hopefully, if somebody could give me a heart or anything, let me know that you can hear me and see me okay. And we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So welcome. Like I said, my name is Tina, and I'm a yoga instructor here in Wichita Falls, Texas. And this is my full-time job. So as always, donations are always appreciated, either before or after. Mary cannot see me. You can hear me but not see me. Anybody else can't see me? Nathan can see me. So thank you so much, Jay. So Mary, I'm not sure. Sometimes, a lot of times, whenever something technology isn't working for me, I turn it back off and come back in again. Sound. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Today I'd like us to start out in a child's pose to get us centered. So find your way onto your mat with your knees to the outsides, corners of your mat, toes together. I like to have my knees on a blanket when I'm doing these poses. And then reach your chest forward. You can bring your forehead on a block or use your fists, or maybe bring your chest and forehead to the earth. Whatever that is for you, start to come into contact with your breath here. Great, Mary. As you're in your child's pose, take a scan of your body, noticing how you're feeling today. Starting at the top of your head, going toward your seat, down your legs. And now bring your awareness to all the parts of your body that are attached to the earth, your mat. Feeling yourself settled into that space. Feeling the earth below you, supporting you. Starting to bring your awareness to your breath here. Notice how your inhales feel and the quality of your breath as you release the air out of your body. Starting your yoga breath here, breathing in through your nose and out of your nose. As you inhale, guide your breath down towards your belly and let your belly fill up with air, and then your ribs, and then your chest. And then as you exhale out of your nose, feel your belly coming in and your ribs stitching together and your chest softening. Continue that breath, starting to bring your inhales and exhales into a balanced pace. So your inhales may be for a count of 3, 2, 1, and then exhale 3, 2, 1. Knowing that throughout your practice, you can always come back to this breath. To keep you balanced, to keep you centered. Because for the next 50 minutes, the only thing you need to worry about is what is going on your mat. Everything else will be there when you return from your yoga journey. Today I have some advice from a lizard. The advice from a lizard is to soak up some sun, snap up opportunities, be a colorful character, appreciate stillness, keep a low profile, shed your old ways, and be dashing. So I can offer as an intention as you go through your poses today to learn from the wisdom of a lizard. As you're ready, start to press yourself up into a tabletop position with your hands directly underneath your shoulders, fingertips spread wide, knees underneath your hips. Coming into your cat-cows here, as you inhale, allow your belly to fill up with air as it drops down toward the ground. Roll your shoulders back, your seat goes up, your gaze goes up. And then as you exhale, round your spine, pressing into the earth, feeling your shoulder blades separate as you create the arch in your back. And then inhale, creating that dip in your back as your belly goes down, your shoulders go back, chest is scooping forward. Continuing this breath and movement, going at your own pace, exploring your own colorful character here, feeling free to add any organic movement that feels good for your body. And then as you're ready, come back to your neutral tabletop position. And from here, reach your right arm out and make some big circles, just starting to loosen up your arm, your shoulder, and then circle the other direction. And the next time that it's reaching up with your palm pointed toward me or toward the front, go ahead, we're going to do some flow, thread the needle flow. So taking your right hand, bringing it underneath your left, take it down, and pressing yourself back up, opening up that right arm, and then exhale, threading it left elbow bending, and then start to straighten your left elbow as you reach up. And one more time with this flow. And down. And then opening back up, feeling the opening of your chest as you're twisting from your hips here. And then exhale, release your arm back down. Do that on the other side. Sorry about that. Reach your left arm forward and back, making some nice big circles. And the other direction. And then reach your arm up and thread the needle flow here. Left arm comes underneath your right armpit, right arm bends, And then press into your right hand as you sweep open to your left. Exhale, thread the needle, lowering down. Press into the earth, open up. And one more time, threading down and opening up. And then reach your hands down, coming back into your tabletop. Do a calf stretch and a spinal balance here. Reach your right toes to the back of the mat. Curl your toes under and then shift your shoulders back so that your heel goes back a little bit further than your toes to really start to stretch out your toes and your calf. Take a few breaths here. And then shift your shoulders forward. Reach your left fingertips to the front of your mat. Find your balance on your right hand and your left knee, the top or the bottom of your left leg. And then if it seems like a good idea, and you can keep your hips squared, raise that back foot up. Your toes are pointed down. Maybe reach your left arm next to your left ear. Thumb pointed up. Trying not to collapse into your shoulder of your right arm, your right shoulder, and continuing to breathe here, stretching out, feeling your core being strong. And as you're ready, release your hand, release your knee, find your tabletop. Coming to the other side now, reach your left toes back, curl your toes, and shift back. Your heel back further. You're shifting your shoulders back. Give yourself a calf stretch. And then shift yourself forward. Bring your right fingertips to the front of your mat. Really stretch out here. And then maybe lift that back leg up, right arm next to your right ear. As you inhale, your belly fills with air. You're creating more space in your spine between your vertebrae. And as you exhale, your belly comes in, feeling your core get stronger here. And then as you're ready, bring your hand down, bring your knee down, and make some circles around your wrists and hips here, shifting your shoulders forward to the corner, and then you shift your hips back. And then circles the other direction. And then from here, if you have blocks that you would like to use, you can place them under your hands here, or you can have your hands down. We're going to come into a low lunge, so bring your right foot forward, so your knee is above your ankle, your back leg is down. You're kind of letting your belly and thigh touch here. And then as you exhale, start to shift your hips back as you fold forward, starting to straighten that front leg, trying not to come over toward the left. Allow your seat to come back. Maybe you don't go back as far as you might otherwise. And then bend into your front knee. Allow your right hip to sink down. And flowing with that here. Straightening the front leg. Half splits as you fold forward, keeping the belly and thigh connected, and then raising your shoulders up as you bend into that front knee. One more time here, straightening the front leg, and then bending. Coming back to neutral, and then bringing your left foot forward now. Finding your positioning, knee over ankle. And on your next exhale, straighten your front leg as you fold forward, your seat goes back. And inhale, bend the front knee, shoulders come up, away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bending into the front knee, maybe lowering your left hip a little bit, or right hip a little bit. Straighten, fold, and bend with your shoulders coming up. Coming back into all fours, maybe moving your blocks if you're using them. Placing your hands underneath, downward facing dog here, curling your toes, raising your seat, pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Maybe having a nice bend in your knees so you can feel your seat reaching up toward the sky in an upside down V. Walk the dog, bending one knee, lowering the opposite heel, and then shifting to the other side, lowering the opposite heel, bending the opposite knee. Going back and forth at whatever pace feels good for you. I hope you can hear me okay now, Leslie. I moved my mic. And as you're ready, allow your heels to come down toward the earth. Take a few breaths here, finding the stillness and the relaxation in this pose. Thank you. Take a few breaths here. Coming to forward fold on your next inhale, look to the front of your mat, and as you exhale, start to bring your feet to the front of your mat to meet your hands, coming into a forward fold, knees nice and bent, belly and thighs are touching. Maybe you would like a block if the ground is further away than you would like, or you can bring your forearms onto your thighs, letting your head hang down. On your next inhale, half lift. Raise up, pressing your hands into your shins or thighs. Your gaze is straight down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reaching your hands up high. Exhale, bring your hands heart center. Allow your thumbs to rest at your heart space here. Take this time to notice your heart beating. Have gratitude for what your heart does for you every day without you even thinking about it. As your next inhale comes, raise your arms up high. And as you exhale, take your right hand around your left wrist and lean over to your right, tipping from your hips. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, reach for the opposite wrist and tip to your left. Again, reaching up. Exhale, over to one side. Inhale, reaching up. Reach for your wrist. Tip over to the left. And then from here, reaching up, shoulders away from your ears. As you exhale, twisting from your hips, allowing your right arm to come behind, your left arm to cross. And then inhale, sweeping your arms up as your chest goes forward. Exhale, twisting to your left. Left arm comes behind, right arm comes across. And inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Release your arms down. We're going to do a few shoulder shrugs here. Bring your elbow or bring your shoulders right up into your ears and squeeze, 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 and then let them drop. Just let gravity do the work there. Great. Inhale, reaching your shoulders all the way up, 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 up. And exhale, drop. And one more time. Inhale, squeeze, 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 squeeze every little bit of tension that you have. And exhale, let it drop. Great. You can shake that out a little bit. Make your way to the front of your mat. We'll start our sun salutations here. Your feet are parallel to the sides of your mat, maybe about a fist distance between your feet. Toes and knees are pointed forward. Knees are right below your hip bones, the front of your hip points there. Shoulders above your hip points. Roll your shoulders back. Palms open to the front of your mat. Head above your heart. Mountain. Extended mountain on an inhale. Reach your arms up. Forward fold on an exhale. Folding down toward the ground, bending your knees. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Plant your hands, bring your feet to the back of the mat. Find your plank. One straight line from the crown of your head to your sit bones. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward to make your chaturanga a little bit easier on your wrists, and bend your knees down if you'd like them down, and bend your elbows back towards your feet, chaturanga. On your next inhale, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, find Sphinx. Roll your shoulders back, chest forward. Take a breath here. Downward dog on an exhale. Hands come below your shoulders, curl your toes, maybe come to your knees, and raise your seat, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, look to the front of your mat, and as you exhale, step or hop your feet toward your hands, forward fold. Half lift, inhale, pressing your hands into your shins or thighs. Forward fold, and an exhale. Extended mountain, inhale, reaching your shoulders all the way up over your hips. Fingertips come up to the sky. Hands heart center on an exhale. Extended mountain, inhale, reaching your arms up. Forward fold, exhale, bending your knees so you can stretch out your spine. Half lift on an inhale. Forward fold, exhale, plant your hands, feet go back, plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, knees down or knees up, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend, Sphinx, or maybe bring your hands forward a bit, pressing into the hands, shoulders away from your ears, elbows close to your body, baby cobra. Exhale, release your chest forward and down. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, and exhale as you step or hop your feet toward your hands, forward fold. Half lift on an inhale. Raise your shoulders up, even with your hips, gazes down. Forward fold. Extended mountain, inhale, reaching all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands heart center. One more flow here. Inhale, reaching up. Forward fold on an exhale. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold on an exhale. Plant your hands, feet go back, plank. Shift your shoulders forward on an inhale. Chaturanga on your exhale, lowering down. Back bend, roll your shoulders back. Press into the earth for cobra. Curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Noticing any changes that have started to happen with your body. Remembering to listen to your body if you ever need to change the pose to make it suit yourself. Feel free to do so. On your next inhale, look to the front of your mat, and as you exhale, step or hop your feet toward your hands for a forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Extended mountain, inhale, reach your arms up. Shoulders away from your ears, even as your arms come up. Bring your palms together, lower your hands, heart center. Rest your thumbs on your heart space and take a few moments of stillness here, embracing the stillness in between times of movement, learning from the lizard. As you're ready, finding your mountain pose, releasing your shoulders back and down, palms open to the front of your mat, making sure that you're balanced on the four corners of your feet. On your next inhale, extended mountain, reaching your arms up. Chair, exhale, bend your knees, bring your seat back, shoulders away from your ears. Your arms can be up by your ears, or you can bring your hands heart center. Taking a breath here. Maybe on an exhale, your seat goes back a little further. Maybe it bend your knees to bring your seat down a little bit more. So you inhale, maybe keeping your chest nice and open to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale, plant your hands. Bring your feet to the back of the mat. You can flow here or skip it and go straight to downward dog. If you're flowing, shift forward. Chaturanga. Inhale for a back bend. And then curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, raise your right leg up toward the sky. As you exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. And then as you exhale, shift your shoulders forward, coming into a runner's lunge at the front of your mat. Right leg is forward, left leg is back. Lower your back knee. You may want your blocks for this part as well. As you exhale, bringing your seat back toward that back foot again. And then inhale, bending into that front knee. This time bringing your arms up. Feeling that low lunge with your knee down. And then from here, shift your shoulders forward. And then release your left hand and open your right arm up towards your right knee, coming into a twist. And breathe. Really keep your chest nice and open, trying to stack your shoulders. And then as you exhale, bring your hand back down. From here, we're going to curl the back toes to raise that back knee. And then bring the front foot to the back. Find your downward facing dog here. Take a breath. On your next inhale, raise your left leg up high. And as you exhale, bend your knee, opening your hip. Inhale, straighten the leg. And exhale, shift forward into a runner's lunge. Left knee is above your left ankle, and then lower your back knee down, maybe using your blocks. Coming into that half split, straightening your front leg, your seat goes back. And on your next inhale, shoulders come up as you bend into the front knee, and reach your arms up toward the sky. Take a breath here, keeping your chest nice and open. Reach your chest forward and then release your right hand down and open up to your left, coming into your twist. Taking a breath here. Preparing ourselves to learn more from the lizard. From here, release your hands down. Maybe move your blocks if you're using them. Curl your back toes, and then bring your back foot up to meet the front for a forward fold. Half lift on an inhale. Shoulders even with hips. Forward fold, exhale. Extended mountain on an inhale, reaching all the way up to the sky. Maybe your gaze goes up. And then exhale, lower your hands, heart center. Take a breath here. Find your mountain. Extended mountain, inhale, reach your arms up. Chair on an exhale, bend your knees, seat goes back. Rolling your shoulders back. Keeping your chest open for the sun to reach your body. On your next exhale, come into a forward fold. Half lift on an inhale. Forward fold. Plant your hands. Feet go back. You can flow here or skip it and go straight to downward dog. If you're flowing, shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Scoop into your back bend, and then meet us in downward facing dog. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, raise your right leg up high. As you exhale, bend your knee, opening your hip to the side, pointing the knee up toward the sky. And then three-legged dog, straightening your leg. As you exhale, shift into your runner's lunge with your right foot forward. Back leg is straight and strong. Heel is reaching up toward the sky. Find your balance here on your right foot and your left ball of your foot, your toes. And as you inhale, coming into crescent, shoulders over your hips. Make your way up and maybe your arms come up. Roll your shoulders down your back, making sure that your knee is not going past your toes in the front and that it's tracking over towards your pinky toe. And breathe. From here, on an exhale, start to straighten your front leg and fold forward, finding your pyramid. Maybe you would like your blocks on either side of your foot. Maybe you bring that back foot in. You can either keep the toes down or you can lower the heel. Explore what works for you here and breathe. As you're ready, bring that back heel back up, bend into your right knee, plant your left hand on your block or the ground and twist open toward your right. Keeping that back leg straight and strong, chest open, twisting from your hips area, and breathe. Release your hands back down. Remove your block if you're using it and bring your right foot to meet the back, coming straight into your downward facing dog. Take a breath. On your next inhale, raise your left leg up high Exhale, bend your knee, point the knee up toward the sky. And then square your hips, three-legged dog, straightening that back leg. Runner's lunge as you bring that left foot forward. Left knee above your left ankle, maybe having your blocks handy for the next part. And then as you find your balance, coming into crescent, inhale, reaching your shoulders over your hips, reaching your arms up, shoulders away from your ears. On your next exhale, start to shift your chest forward as you straighten that front leg, bringing your hands down to your blocks, maybe bringing that back foot in a little bit to create your pyramid. Take a few breaths here. Explore what feels good for you. From here, make sure your back heel is raised up, your toes are on the ground, toes and knees point in the same direction. Bend into your left leg. Plant your right hand on your block or the ground and open up toward your left knee, coming into your twist. Take a few breaths here. Stacking your shoulders, exploring that twist. On your next exhale, turn your chest toward the mat. Maybe move the blocks away and plant your hands on the ground. Bring that back foot to meet the front, forward fold. Really bending your knees, maybe reaching for opposite elbows and ragdoll here. On your next inhale, raise your shoulders even with your hips for a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Exhale, hands, heart center. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, reach your arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Plant your hands, step back into a downward facing dog. Raising your hips up high. On your next inhale, three-legged dog, raise your right leg up high, three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, bring that right foot over toward your right side of your mat, over toward your right pinky. So you're coming into where both of your hands are on the inside of your foot. Might be easier if I come this way. So both hands are on the inside by your big toe. You can lower that back knee. And then we're going to explore the lizard pose here. Or you can explore your dragon pose if that's good for you. If you have a block, you might want it underneath your forearms. You can bring your forearms down. Maybe coming onto the side of your right foot. Back leg is straight out back from your hip. And take a few breaths here exploring this. You may want to curl the back toe, raise the knee, making sure that your core is strong, your seat is active. You're not collapsing into your shoulders. And take a few breaths here. Knee up or down, shoulders up or down. You can be on your forearms or you can stay in any variation that works for your body. And then as you're ready, if you're down on your forearms, press yourself up, curl your back toes, raise your knee, bring that foot to the center so your hands are on either side, and then bring your foot back, coming into a three-legged dog. Excuse me. Boop. Shake out your leg. And come back to your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, raise your left leg up, three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, bring that left foot to the left side of your left pinky and start to find your lizard here. Maybe bringing your blocks down, maybe lowering your back knee, or leaving it raised with your toes curled, and lowering your forearms if that feels good for you. If you're raising your knee, making sure your core is nice and strong, your seat is active. Maybe coming on the side of your left foot, or keeping the foot down, feeling the opening of that hip here. Breathe. Remembering the advice of a lizard to stay dashing. Imagine yourself being dashing in this pose, I guess. As you're ready, make your way onto your hands. Maybe curl your back toes to bring your knee forward. Bring that front foot in between your hands and come back to a three-legged dog with that left leg up behind you. Shake it out. And lower your legs. Find a resting pose here. Child's pose. Knees out to the side or directly underneath. Hips go back towards your feet. Chest goes down. Maybe your forehead is lifted onto a block or your fists. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale out of your mouth. Let the heat go. Inhale. Exhale out of your mouth. Let it go. And one more. Deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Take a few breaths here. As you're ready, start to press yourself up and make your way to a seated position. Maybe come over to one hip and then bring yourself into, with your legs extended out in front of you. Sit bones on the ground. And then from here, bend your right knee and bring your right hand around your knee, coming in to cradle the baby. So whatever version works for you, you can reach with your left hand onto the bottom of your right foot and rock the baby here. Other versions are elbow underneath the knee crease and underneath the ankle. If you can keep your back upright in this, or you can bring your foot on the crook of your opposite elbow and your elbow around your knee and cradle the baby this way. You can rock or stay still, whatever feels best for you. And then from here, release that leg, reach it out, give yourself a little shake. And then cradle the baby on the left leg here. Again, your version's holding on to the foot, knee, rocking. Elbow under the ankle and knee crease. Or wrapping and connecting your hands out front, whatever works for your body. Release your leg down, maybe shake it out. Bring the soles of your feet together, finding a bound angle. On your next exhale, tip from your hips, bringing your chest forward towards your feet, finding your edge, and then bringing your hands down, chin towards your chest when you've found your edge, and breathe. Start to press yourself up, shoulders over your hips. Help your knees together, and then make your way onto your back. If you have a block or a pillow or something handy for a restorative bridge, you might want that. But we're going to do a regular bridge to start. Our knees bent up toward the sky, feet underneath our knees, fingertips reaching down towards your ankles. Rolling your shoulders back, tucking them under, and on an exhale, raise your hips up toward the sky. Take a few breaths here. Feet are firmly planted. Shoulders are on the ground, shoulder blades rather. And breathe. On your next exhale, release your hips back down to the earth. And sway your knees from side to side to release your back. Of course, here you can, if you have a different inversion in your practice, feel free to do so. I like to do a restorative bridge where you lift your hips up and place a block at the flat bone at the end of your spine and just above your sit bones, the sacrum. And allow your hips to release down onto the earth. Keep your gaze up here. And you can keep your feet on the ground, or if you want a front hip stretch, you could reach your feet out to the end of the mat. Or maybe you would like to bend your knees in towards your chest and maybe reach your feet up toward the sky, letting them just sway with the gentle breeze. It should feel effortless wherever you are. You should feel supported. Your breath starting to come back into its normal, natural pace. Releasing effort. Taking those lessons from the lizard, keeping a low profile, just resting in the sun. As you're ready, if your feet are up or out, bring them back into your bridge pose by bringing your feet on the ground, your knees pointed up. As you're ready, press into your feet and lift your hips up so you can remove your prop if you have one. And then as you exhale, lower down. Lower your hips back to the earth. And sway your knees from side to side. Come to stillness and bring your knees in toward your chest, giving yourself some hugs, maybe some circles around your back, taking your knees into circles. And from here, reach your arms out into a T and release your knees over to one side, maybe taking your gaze over toward your opposite fingertips for a twist. As you're ready, bring your knees back up above your chest, and then exhale, release them over to the other side. And then as you're ready, bring your knees back above your chest. Any final pose you like before final relaxation, maybe happy baby, bringing your feet up, reaching behind your thighs or shins, or up toward your feet, toes, or ankles. Allowing your knees to reach down toward your armpits. You can rock or stay still, happy baby. And then as you're ready, bring your knees into your chest and curl yourself into a tight little ball of energy. And hold your breath here for 3, 2, 1. And exhale, release down onto your mat, laying back, or whatever pose is most comfortable for you for these final 3 minutes of relaxation. Allow yourself to rest, releasing any tension from your joints, softening your entire body, quieting your mind, relaxing, releasing, and letting go. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Press each fingertip to your thumb, noticing an increased awareness of a quiet mind. Gently rotate your wrists and your ankles. Rock your head from side to side, bringing movement back into your body and bringing your mind back into the space with us together. As you're ready, curl up onto one side in a fetal position for a last moment of quiet and stillness, to thank yourself for making it to the mat today, for allowing yourself to learn wisdom from a lizard, and to remember that time at rest is never wasted. As you're ready, press yourself up to a seated position. Your hands heart center, bowing toward your fingertips to close out our practice. It was truly an honor to guide you through this yoga practice this morning, or today, depending on where you are. I hope you have a peaceful and powerful weekend. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Kat has decided to join me. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you, Nathan. Well, hopefully I'll figure out the sound. I'm sorry that some people had some trouble hearing. Thank you so much. I am going to be having a yin and restore in just about 15 minutes or so, I believe. I have to look at my schedule. And that will be right here. I am a full-time yoga instructor, so any donations really go to support me being able to create more programs. I'm in the process of creating more programs both for Insight Timer and in my local community, and so I really, really appreciate anything that you can offer. And I am going to be on vacation for a while, so if you have any dates or times or types of yoga that you would like to see, either drop me a message on the app or leave it in the comments. I'm trying to decide which days and times work best because I want to get a little more consistent. I've kind of been trying to fit these in when I don't have other classes or that are scheduled or private sessions with people. So if I can get it to a schedule starting in July, I would really love to do that for everybody. So let me know what y'all think. Y'all, I'm in Texas, so I get to say y'all. And thank you, Joanne. I certainly appreciate that. All right. Well, I want to be respectful of your time. I set a 50-minute flow, and I scheduled this for an hour, and we're just about coming up onto an hour. So I'm so glad that so many of you were here. I recognize that puppy. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right. Mandisa. That puppy picture, I love it. And Joe, I love that tree, an eagle from Peter in the Netherlands. Love that you're exploring. Waves. I love that sunset, that's really pretty. Jinjin, thank you. Good to see you. Well, thank you so much, everybody. I am going to be setting up for the yin and restore that's coming up. And maybe I'll see you again on here for another flow or restorative practice. Have a great one. Bye.